Tonight at 6, Syracuse University and LeMoyne College are partnering up. Find out how this new link will help thousands of students.
We spoke with an SU student whose aunt is a Somalian refugee, how the travel ban has affected her family.
Today's sun has moved out, there's clouds and wind moving in, and that's bringing some rain and a chance of snow. I'm tracking that coming up. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. Students are preparing to rally on the Syracuse University campus against sexual and domestic violence. That's our top story.
Tonight is the annual Take Back the Night Rally, March, and Speak Out. The event will begin at 7 p.m. in Hendricks Chapel. This rally is held to demonstrate how the Syracuse University community stands up against sexual and relationship violence. Citrus TV reporter James Groh will have the full story tomorrow on Citrus TV News live at 6.
The Information Technology Services Department on campus is warning the SU community about suspicious emails. The message asks students to click on a link and verify their net ID information. In an email this morning, the ITS office told students to delete the email and change their password immediately. The College of Engineering and Computer Science has established a new scholarship. The Richard J. Taylor Memorial Scholarship was instituted by a donation from the family. Taylor died in 2009 and was an accomplished aerospace engineer. Students majoring in aerospace engineering will be given a preference.
The Health and Wellness Expo was held today in Flanagan Gym. The event included more than 50 vendors from Syracuse who have products and services that students can use to get healthier this spring. Free massages, health food, and exercise professionals were on hand. Recreational Service Director Joe Laurie says he hopes each student is able to get at least one good habit out of the event.
Right. So if it's healthy eating, or dealing with stress, or an opportunity for a new type of workout, give it a try, find out if it works for you, and if it works, really just keep it a part of your life, make it a part of your daily lifestyle.
President Trump's revised travel ban is impacting some refugees who hope to resettle to the United States. But there's a happy ending for one local woman who feared a family member might be prevented from joining her here in central New York.
When Syracuse University junior Khadija Abdul-Qadir's family came to the U.S. in 2009, they'd been randomly selected from their refugee camp in Kenya. Earlier this year, her aunt and uncle were supposed to join them, but President Trump's executive order halted immigration for 120 days. They were scheduled to fly out of Nairobi, Kenya, just days after President Trump issued the executive order, but their flight would be canceled. Following the announcement, Abdul-Qadir took part in a protest against the travel ban at Syracuse's Hancock Airport, but now her aunt is here to stay.
And a few days ago, I was here to protest, and today I'm here to welcome my aunt. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see her and welcome her and bring her home.
Her aunt arrived Friday morning after days of flying. Her application to seek refuge in the U.S. had been in process for nearly a decade. Khadija says her aunt's situation was becoming desperate.
My aunt was seeking for medical care, and if she would have waited longer than that, I was afraid that I was going to lose her.
Now her aunt will have access to the medical care she needs as she builds a new life here in Syracuse.
The 7-minute drive from SU to LeMoyne College may be a new regular route for students next year. Citrus TV reporter Claudia Bellofatto found out what the new partnership between the two schools is expected to look like.
I actually think it's going to strengthen central New York.
What iSchool professor Barbara Stripling is talking about is a new academic initiative between Syracuse University and LeMoyne College. Course offerings will soon be available to graduate students in Syracuse's iSchool and LeMoyne's Madden School of Business. An early admission program to Syracuse's College of Law will also be extended to LeMoyne undergraduates.
It expands the possibilities for our students in some really deep ways, in areas that we don't have deep expertise in, and it does the same thing for the students at LeMoyne.
LeMoyne sophomore Amanda Geisler says while she agrees that the initiative could be successful, there could also be potential issues.
Maybe one negative aspect could possibly be different learning styles and different views of each of the colleges and trying to come together and make their students a similar type of student body.
But this is not the first academic partnership between the two schools. A number of previously launched initiatives have been successful, including integrated study abroad programs. The new initiative for LeMoyne and Syracuse University students is planned to launch early next September. I'm Claudia Bellofatto, CitrusTV News.
A man found critically injured in Salina appears to have been hit by a train. Deputies say 2 train operators found a man on the ground after midnight near train tracks. Emergency responders arrived and rushed the unconscious man to Upstate University Hospital. The incident is still under investigation. A 22-year-old man is facing multiple sex charges involving 2 young girls. Syracuse police charged him on Friday with first-degree criminal sexual act, forcible touching, and endangering the welfare of a child. The girls were both under the age of 14. He is being held without bail because he has a probation violation for damaging Onondaga County property.
An Erie County woman has admitted to stealing more than $4 million from Town Automotive Group. She pleaded guilty yesterday to first-degree grand larceny and criminal tax fraud. She's expected to repay the full amount and a tax bill of about $250,000. She worked for the car dealership for more than 15 years before she was caught late last year. Longtime CEO Danny Wegman is stepping down from his position as leader of the grocery store company. He'll be turning over control to his daughter, and he'll assume the title of chairman. Danny has been the CEO of the company since 2005. He did not give a reason for why he's stepping down. And today was beautiful outside with a lot of sun, but will that actually stick around?
Citrus TV weather anchor Brendan Tierney is here to tell us if we're going to see some April showers this weekend.
Meghan, Brittany, yeah, unfortunately there are some showers on their way today. However, a beautiful day outside around campus. 47 degrees was our high, normally around 49, 50 degrees this time of the year. So we're finally getting back to normal temperatures for late March, early April. Taking a look around the region at the moment, we're checking in at 43 here in Syracuse, 44 down in Ithaca. So really nice temperatures for this time of the year. Much better than we were seeing last week at this time, 20 degrees is what we were checking in at. So much nicer compared to that. Taking a look at your radar, you're able to see some of the clouds are moving in this evening. They moved in and are here to stay, and they are bringing that rain. I'm tracking that coming up.
Coming up, shots fired on Capitol Hill this morning.
And deadly storms continuing to hit the southern and central plains. This and more when we come back.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Meghan Mistry, Brittany Muller, and Brendan Tierney with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Welcome back to Citrus TV. A scare at the U.S. Capitol this morning. Police were involved in a shooting. D.C. police say a woman driving near Capitol Hill struck a police cruiser and attempted to run over officers.
Authorities say police fired warning shots and eventually took the suspect into custody. No one was struck by the bullets, and a spokesperson said there is no link to terrorism. The Capitol remains open with business operating as normal.
2 former aides to Governor Chris Christie will be spending time in prison.
Bridget Kelly received a sentence today of 18 months, and Bill Baroni, a former top official at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, will serve 2 years.
These sentencings are part of their roles in the 2013 George Washington Bridge lane closing scandal.
According to the Waco Tribune, Baylor is moving to dismiss its Title IX lawsuit. This case alleged 52 counts of rape against 31 football players from 2011 to 2014.
Former football players Trayvon Armstead and Shamichael Chapman were arrested last week for a 2013 gang rape. The motion to suppress says, quote, Baylor does not agree with or concede the accuracy of the plaintiff's 146-paragraph complaint and its immaterial assertions.
A 19-year-old Miami man is being charged with 2 counts of attempted murder on 2 Miami-Dade detectives. Police say he opened fire in an ambush-style shooting Monday night.
Detectives were investigating gang activity by monitoring a suspicious car. Police say a group of men approached their vehicle and one man began shooting a high-powered rifle.
Miami-Dade police announced the arrest on Twitter this morning but provided no details.
Residents of Texas and Oklahoma are recovering this morning after severe weather struck their communities. Storms bringing powerful winds, tornadoes, and tennis ball-sized hail killed 4 people in both states.
The storms are expected to continue throughout the week, affecting much of the southern and central plains. The United Kingdom officially started the Brexit process this morning. Prime Minister Theresa May sent a letter to the EU President Donald Tusk confirming the move. The UK is able to leave the EU under Article 50 of the EU Treaty.
The UK will also withdraw from the European Atomic Energy Community, an economic union that regulates nuclear power. May's letter also called for the EU and UK to establish a working trade relationship.
Iraqi special forces are one step closer to regaining control of western Mosul. Federal police made significant progress today toward the Al-Nuri Mosque in the Old City neighborhood.
The mosque is where ISIS leaders proclaimed a caliphate almost 3 years ago. Thousands of residents have fled the city. However, some civilians are still trapped in their homes by the fighting.
And 2 inmates are dead and 13 are injured after another riot at a Mexican prison yesterday. Local media reports that protests broke out after inmates complained about the lack of food and water.
Relatives of the inmates also protested outside of the facility. Additional staff was sent to the prison Monday after the first riot left 7 inmates injured.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Today was a beautiful day. Tomorrow will not be that bad either. Tomorrow night is when the bad weather starts to move in. Take a look at your surface analysis map. Here we'll see nice dry right here in central New York right now. Unfortunately, there's some storms brewing in the center of the country, and those are bringing precipitation our way. So as you take a look at your future radar, you're able to see nice and dry throughout tomorrow. Only a little bit of cloud cover. Then tomorrow night is when you see the rain and snow start to move into the area. The good news is, though, as we take a look at your snow coverage map, we're not getting that much here that's going to stick in Syracuse. We're only going to be seeing about a dusting, and it should be washed away by the rain once we get back above 32 degrees. However, if you want to go skiing, there should be some decent snow around central New York come the weekend. Taking a look at your temperatures for tonight, 27 degrees will be your low, mainly clear. The winds that we saw today will be dying down as the clouds finally move into the area and kind of settle in for the overnight hours into tomorrow. Taking a look at your Citrus TV 5-day forecast, not bad overall. We're finally into spring. 47 degrees tomorrow, sun and clouds. High is staying above 33, so that's where we're going to be watching that chance of rain and sleet. 41 degrees on Friday. Saturday, 42 degrees, cloudy. 49 will be our low Saturday night. So very nice as we get even warmer on Sunday. 54 Monday starting out next week. 50 degrees, 35 is low, nice and sunny. Guys, looks like spring's finally here to stay.
That's great. So April's right around the corner. Will we see those April showers?
We are seeing some of those April showers, and it's going to be coming in the form of both rain and snow. Taking a look at those lows, you're able to see when you get closer to 32, there are chances of some snow, maybe a little bit of ice. So bit of a mix, not too bad, mostly rain.
All right, thank you very much, Brendan. Well, coming up, Amazon will be collecting state sales taxes nationwide. Find out which states are avoiding the rising prices.
And Facebook rolls out a new feature. Find out what it is when we come back.
Got a quarter?
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Your student government is here to serve you. This Sunday, hear from the presidential candidates themselves as we discuss the Student Association, campus resources, safety, and issues facing the SU community. It's the 2017 SA Debate, sponsored by CitrusTV and the Daily Orange. Live on Sunday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. from Newhouse's Hergenhan Auditorium. Carried on Channel 14.1, the Orange Television Network, and streaming live on CitrusTV.com.
Ford is recalling more than 400,000 cars in North America. The first recall covers SUVs with engines that have caught fire after overheating. The other half of the cars being recalled have faulty door latches, causing doors to open unexpectedly. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. American nuclear energy giant Westinghouse is filing for bankruptcy. Parent company Toshiba says the company has lost billions of dollars because of problems with nuclear operations. Westinghouse has struggled to build new nuclear reactors after legal issues stalled construction. The future of the company is still uncertain. Wells Fargo is paying the price after opening 2 million fake accounts last year. The bank has now reached a $110 million preliminary settlement to compensate targeted customers. The settlement is expected to cover at least a dozen lawsuits filed against the bank. In a statement, Wells Fargo states it reached the settlement to move forward and end litigation.
You may have to start paying more to shop on Amazon. The online retail giant will start collecting state sales taxes nationwide on April 1st. This means 4 more states will now have to pay sales tax. The only states that will not be subject to the change are the 4 states that do not have sales taxes at all. Facebook is rolling out new features to compete with Snapchat. The social media company announced Facebook Stories yesterday. The new feature allows users to share pictures and videos for 24 hours at a time. There are also camera filters and ways to chat directly with friends. Facebook tried to buy Snapchat in 2013, but was not able to reach a deal. And Bob Dylan is finally ready to accept his Nobel Prize. The singer won the Literature Prize nearly 4 months ago. Members of the Academy have been trying to give him the award ever since. He will pick up the medal and diploma this weekend in Sweden, where he is performing 2 concerts. He still needs to give a lecture to receive the $900,000 in prize money. The deadline for the speech is in June.
Coming up in sports, Gary Gates' women's lacrosse team looks to get back on track. A tough task ahead for the men's lacrosse squad. And talk about a tough task, wait till you hear who the SU basketball team is scheduled to play this coming season. Stay tuned.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Welcome back, I'm Noah Eagle. It's another top 10 matchup for the Syracuse women's lacrosse team, this time on the road. SU takes on Princeton tonight at 7 in New Jersey. The Orange has been struggling of late, losers of 3 of its last 4 games, and to make matters worse, SU has given up at least 15 goals in its last 5. Some good news for a specific SU player. Riley Donahue scored a goal last time out versus Notre Dame, giving her 94 in her career. The junior is also only 2 assists away from 50. As for the Syracuse men's lacrosse team, the Orange has developed a reputation this season. Each of the last 6 games have been decided by 1 goal, with SU coming out on top in 5 of them. This weekend, however, a true test for the Cuse. John Desko's team travels to South Bend on Saturday to take on number 1 Notre Dame, and another 1-goal game could be looming. Half of the Irish's games have also been decided by 1. Now, Coach Desko knows in order for his team to come out on top, he'll need to get contributions from last game's overtime hero, freshman Jamie Trimboli.
You know, we've been looking for him to, get some experience with us, which he has between the fall and this early spring. And he's got a great first step, which he gets separation from his defender really quickly. And then he has the speed on top of it to accelerate after he gets some separation from his defender. And then he's very comfortable going down either alley. He can go left-handed and shoot and right-handed and shoot, which makes him more dangerous. So we just decided to make that move. And he's, getting some experience on that first midfield and expect him to get better and better. I thought he played well.
And don't forget to keep it right here on Orange Television Network following that game with number 1 Notre Dame on Saturday. We have all your post-game coverage with Orange Press Pass, including recap, analysis, and highlights of all the action. It's OPP, and it's only on OTN. The basketball season may be over, but the headlines continue to pour in. It was confirmed today that the SU men's basketball team will play Kansas in the 3rd annual Hoop Ball Miami Invitational on December 2nd. That game is part of a doubleheader featuring Miami and Princeton. The Orange and the Jayhawks have played 5 times previously, with SU leading the series 3-2. Now, of course, you can't forget the most important of those matchups, the Cuse's 81-78 victory in the 2003 National Championship. Switching gears, the weather is starting to make a turn for the better, which means one thing. Opening day is around the corner. Now today, Mets fans found out the fate of closer Jeurys Familia. The All-Star is suspended for the first 15 games of the season. Familia was arrested at the end of last season on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge that was later dismissed. He also led the league with 51 saves last year. Also, Mets starter Steven Matz will likely miss the beginning of the season due to elbow issues. The Amazons open up the year April 3rd versus the Braves. Back on the hardwood we go. The Knicks are in action tonight, playing host to a Heat team fresh off a buzzer-beating win last night. The New York is 28-46 on the year, and a loss tonight will officially eliminate Carmelo Anthony and company from the playoffs. Miami, on the other hand, is right in the middle of the playoff push and only one game ahead of the Bulls for the final spot in the Eastern Conference. Those two tip off at 7:30 from Madison Square Garden. And guys, it would be the 4th straight year the Knicks missed the playoffs after making it in 2012-13 with 54 wins.
All right, Noah, you mentioned the lacrosse game tonight. What's your prediction?
It's going to be a tough one. Like I mentioned, a top 10 matchup between these two teams. Syracuse is struggling, but I think Gary Gait pulls the squad together and they come out on top over Princeton.
Thanks, Noah. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's TV news. Tomorrow, day planner looking not too bad. 32 degrees at 9 a.m. 43 will be your temperature at noon, going all the way up to 44 at 6 p.m. Periods of sun and clouds throughout the day. The thing to watch out for is that rain and snow arriving overnight.
Brendan, you mentioned storms rolling in tomorrow. Will that be the case?
There are going to be storms moving in. They might be missing us to the north. We don't really know. The storm's tracking over the lakes, so it's going to be hit or miss.
All right, thank you very much, Brendan.
Singer John Legend surprises fans with an impromptu concert at a London train station today. Crowds gathered around as Legend seized a public piano and sang his hit, All of Me.
Legend hinted about the performance on Twitter, asking about pianos at the St. Pancras station minutes before his arrival. He played for 15 minutes before departing to a waiting vehicle. Now, I was so bummed about that because when I studied abroad in London last spring, I also missed Elton John playing at a tube station. So it's like I've really missed 2 stars just striking up these concerts.
That's pretty unlucky, but wow. I mean, I couldn't have imagined just being there and just seeing John Legend. That would have been an incredible experience.
That absolutely would have. Brittany.
And that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, guys, John Legend's amazing out there. Imagine just walking into the tube, your daily commute, and you see him out there playing. I mean, you walk in on a pop-up concert, it might just be a musician out there playing in the tube, but it's an all-star John Legend out there.
And All of Me is such a classic now.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
It truly is. All right, well, that's all the time we have today for Citrus TV News. I'm Meghan Mistry.
And I'm Brittany Muller. Have a great night, Syracuse.